So at the start, when I was starting to learn web development, I was working very hard. I was watching YouTube videos, reading ebooks, and I finished some courses, but I still wasn't seeing results. So I decided to Google how to be more productive while learning and what is the best way to learn. I ended up reading a lot of blogs that focused on that type of thing. I also watched a lot of YouTube videos and learned about so many tips. In the end, I was overwhelmed. I did not know which of them to implement and which are good and which are bad. So I decided to help you with that and share with you the 3 tips that helped me the most. The first tip is do not overwork. This is the one thing I was doing. I was working all the time. Because I felt that if I wasn't learning or coding, I was losing time and I was being lazy, so I worked almost all day. I would get back from work and get on my computer and start working again. I thought that this is the way to succeed, so I was very confused when I learned that this is not the best way to go about it. I mean, it works for some people, but for me it did not work. I learned that by doing this you lose a lot of focus and you burn yourself out pretty easy. When you lose focus you go into autopilot where you aren't remembering anything, you are just writing code and not thinking about it, so you end up getting stuck at some pretty simple places that have an easy fix, but because you are burned out you cannot think off it. So I found that the best fix for this is that your time working is divided in 2 time periods where you will be working and taking a break where you will check your phone, go grab a drink, go for a walk, etc. Basically you will set a specific amount of time that you will be working, and after that time is done, you will have break time where you will take a break from working. After the break time is done you will go back to working again. This helped me because I was getting the most out of the time I spent working. The second tip is break down your projects. So following up on the first tip, the second tip is similar: break up your projects into smaller pieces. This is helpful because you won't get lost working on a project endlessly. You do not want this for similar reasons to the first tip. This leads to burning out and losing focus. What you need to do to implement this tip is easy: break down your projects. For instance, if you are creating a weather app, break it down first, create the basic skeleton of the website. Then work on setting up the weather API. After that, work on displaying the things you want on your page. And the last thing, style the website the way you want it to look. This isn't the best example, but I think you get what you need to do. And the last tip is mindset. After all, it comes down to your mindset. You need to understand that there will be bad days where you will hardly get any work done, and there will be days where you will finish everything. Just loosen up, and if you are having fun and enjoy what you are doing, it does not matter how long it will take. Because in the end everything will work out.